Hello everyone, my name is Gianni Russo and this is the second in-depth video of the Realbook preset. In this video we will see in detail the Control Tab options. Here are almost all the controls that affect the way the pages are turned and the way they are arranged on top of each other. With the base turn 1 and the base turn 2, you can rotate the base between 0 and 90 degrees. Each one works on one side of the base. Bending base dimension sets the average length of radius band when the page rotates. It represents the size of this curvature at the central section of the book. It's easy to understand this if incremental bending base is set to 0. The incremental bending base sets the variation amount of the bending base dimension from the first to the last page. With the book or magazine bend checkbox, you can choose the way the spine bends, the book mode or the magazine mode. The bending spine sets the amount of curvature of the spine. It is important to know that when you change the way the bend works, there is a step movement for the spine that serves to maintain a clean geometry. The starting angle offset sets the starting angle offset of the pages when the book is open. The offset is related to the 90 degrees, the angle at which the pages start from the spine if this control is set to 0. I have to increase the subdivisions of the page to show it better. As you can see, all the pages rotate of the same angle for now. An optical illusion makes the pages appear as if they were starting at different angles, but it doesn't. In the next section lies the reason why I thought of creating a new version of this preset. I wanted to add another fundamental piece to make the distribution of pages more realistic, adding a random factor. Due to the fact that the pages cannot overlap each other, I assure you that it was not at all easy to find the solution to the problem. So I can tell you that I'm very satisfied to have found it, and now I can show you the result. The first thing you need to know is that if you want to work with the realistic distribution settings, the starting angle offset needs to be greater than 0. Random inclination sets the amount of starting angle offset on which to introduce uniform or realistic random distribution. The distribution type defines, obviously, the type of distribution. 0 for uniform distribution, 1 or greater for realistic random distribution. Higher values amplify the differences. You can also set a different seed for the realistic random distribution system. An important question concerns performance. The realistic distribution system needs a lot of calculations, so take this in mind. Landing closed sets the pause position when the page is not turned. Landing opened sets the pause position when the page is turned. When the random distribution is active during the animation, it will almost certainly be necessary to correct the values of the landing of the pages that therefore need to be animated. Let's try to do it very fast for closed pages. The same thing should be done for open pages. Torsion force sets the maximum force of the second animation band. I want to remind you that the same values can be adjusted cumulatively for every single page. Torsion rotation sets the maximum rotation of the second animation band. Torsion force distribution contains a spline that defines the variation of torsion force during the page rotation. The same applies to the torsion rotation distribution. I want to remember that you can animate this spline. When the distribution type is set to a fairly high value, there may be points where the distance between the pages is quite high. If you want to correct this thing, you can do it. You will have to act on the landing values in the page control of the individual pages. You can adjust multiple pages at a time. My advice is this. Before making these fine adjustments, be sure you have chosen the size, the number of pages, the seed, and all the key features in a definitive way. That's all for now. So, see you in the next in-depth video of Realbook preset.